Alright, good evening guys, and welcome back to another video figure review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Neca Terminator 2 Judgment Day T1000 figure. Okay, so if you've been a subscriber to my channel for a while, you would have seen that I kind of upload Terminator figures sort of every 4 or 5 months or so. The last one I did featured around the many releases of Terminator 1 on both DVD and Blu-ray format, which was in aid of Terminator Genesis coming out. And I also did review the T800 Terminator 1 from Hot Toys about a year and a half ago now. I'm a very big fan of the Terminator franchise. The Terminator films, it's my favourite film series of all time. And of course Terminator 2 is an absolute fantastic movie. I'm sure anyone watching this video review doesn't need me to tell you just how fantastic a movie Terminator 2 is. So anyway, getting straight on to the video review. This is labelled the Terminator 2 Judgment Day T1000. Now, it doesn't actually say on the box, but this is kind of like an ultimate release of the previous figures that Neca have released a couple years back. And what I mean by re-releases, if I just open the packet to show you first, basically it is the same figure that Neca released a couple of years back. However, what they've done is they've put a lot of the extra bits that come in the other version figures that come out for this figure. This sounds really confusing how I'm saying this. Basically, you've had Terminator 2 Neca line come out a couple of years back. You had, I think there was 3 or 4 T1000 figures come out. You had this one where he's in his basic police attire. You had one where he's got the motorcycle helmet on and the jacket. There was also one where he was all frozen looking from coming out of the liquid nitrogen. Basically what they've done is they've boxed the figures up and they've put sort of some of the best accessories that come with the other figures all in one to make it sort of an ultimate release. So you can see you've got like a choice of 3 different heads here. You've got 2 stabbing fingers, you've got a hand here so he can hold his pistol, and you've got the kind of like stabbing knives he morphs his arms into, and he's got a top torso bit here with bullet wounds shooting the liquid metal that he is made out of. But before we go into the open the box itself, looking at the figure, let me show you the box, because the box itself is really cool. So you can see you've got this really cool illustration of Robert Patrick here on the front of the box from the steel mill part at the end of the film. It's in a pretty big box as well for a figure. It looks really like sort of nice, and it really looks kind of like a authentic film looking, if you know what I mean. You've got the big tile here, you've got the Neca logo and Real Toys, and on the back, go back a bit, you've got Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You've got a really cool illustration here of the figure, and I will just move the camera up so you can get a bit of this text. So you've got 3 billion human lives ending on August 29th, 1997. The few who survived the nuclear fire of Judgment Day lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines. And if you want to read the rest of the text there, I would say pause it right now. The only thing I suppose they could have added on the back of this box is a bit of a description of the T1000 itself, which I believe the original Neca releases did have. It had like a character description of what the figure is and what part of the film it was based off of, such as the frozen liquid nitrogen T1000. It would have said like this is how it happened, but you get an idea of exactly what it is. So anyway, nothing pretty much to say. The bottom bit, sculptors, the paint job, the prototypes. So let's open the box. First of all, you got this little my mind's gone blank here, I can't remember what these things are called, sort of like Velcro, but I know my mind has gone blank. I know these do have an official term, but yeah, you got this part up here so you can open and close the box, which is really cool. You might recognise the actual illustration here. You've got him in the hospital as he is going after Sarah Connor, John Connor, and of course the T800. There is actually a part inside here, little parts of cardboard with this hospital scene behind, so you could really have fun displaying this figure. So that's everything in the box done. Let's get this figure out for a closer look. Alright, and here he is, guys, the T1000 all set up and ready to attack. So I've got him set up with the cardboard display of the hospital scene, which I mentioned about a minute ago in the video. It basically just comes out of the box already assembled, and it actually looks really cool there, displaying the T1000 in front of it like that. So let me zoom in for a close look so we can have a look at some of the detail on this figure. Now, I think Neca are a really good figure line when it comes to detail, and especially the price that these retail at. This at the moment in Forbidden Planet retails for £26, which is probably around just under $40 US, maybe, around that sort of mark. And I think that's a really good price when you compare the detail you're getting with Neca. They don't rarely disappoint when it comes to their figures. It's kind of like I like to call these figures sort of like a budget Hot Toys figure. Obviously Hot Toys, the detail on Hot Toys is, I know, on a totally different league, but with like the clothing and the mould and everything, but you got to remember a Hot Toys is like quadruple the price. And for a figure that's like £26, I think the detail's really good. I mean, you look at that, that is a very close resemblance of Robert Patrick. A bit closer, so you can see they really got his menacing stare glance that he has pretty much throughout the whole of the film, and that is really cool. So we'll go down and look at some of the detail of his police uniform. Really good job work on the creasing of his outfit. Now, I've already put the gun on him because I think that looks really cool, and that's probably how I'm going to display him on the shelf with the gun in his hand there. But I'm going to show you his other accessories as well. You can put the gun in his holster here, and this part does clip down. Now, it doesn't actually say on the box how many points of articulation he has, but if I zoom out, I'll give you a good idea. So his head can go sort of left to right, up and down, it's like on a ball joint. His arms, he's got elbow joints. His hands can sort of twist around. They can go in and out a little bit, they're on like a little ball joint as well. He's got movement in the abs, so you can have him in looking in different direction like that. He has articulation at the top part of the leg and the knees, and I don't know if the feet have yeah, the feet do have articulation. They're like on a ball joint as well, it feels. You can move them in either direction. If you are a follower of anime figures, or if you watch some of my other videos, I can only compare this articulation style to that of a Figuarts anime figure. Very similar in articulation style, which is really cool. It's even very similar how you get the items, the parts I should say, sorry, off him. Essentially you just pull and the hands and will come off, so you can replace it. Because he does have pop that there. We have the two stabbing fingers here, so you can easily just pop them off. He's got another hand, which I can't find, here it is, which I've already removed. Just basically a standard palm out. As you can see, there's the ball joint. Now, to remove his torso and head is something a little bit. I was didn't know how to do it at first. I figured his head would actually come off, but it actually doesn't. Although his head does come off, you actually have to move his head and torso at the same time. And it comes off just like that. And you can see this is where the slots are, so you can fit it back in. And just get his other one out here. We can put that in. As such, and now we have a battle damaged T1000. How cool does that look? And basically, to get his head off, I would recommend not doing it while the figure is completely attached. Make sure you take the torso bit off first, as it is a little bit tougher. And then you're just going to want to really pull the head hard. It's pretty stiff to get the head off if you wanted to replace it with the split head, which is this one right here. Focus. Which is the one where he's self-repairing after being shot in the head by a shotgun via Arnold's T-800. To put the claw arms, basically you have to remove the joint, the whole arm joint, essentially. I'm sure, is it the whole arm joint? Let me have a look at the back of the box. No, it's just up to the elbow. You just remove this, which it just looks like on the back of the box, it just pops out. So you can attach the claw arms if you so wish, however you want to display them in an iconic pose from Terminator 2, or if you want to create something completely different. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this figure review, guys. You might have noticed this one right here. This is actually the Terminator Genesis Neca T800 from the 1980s. As you can see, that looks pretty cool there like that. Unfortunately, Robert Patrick didn't reprise his role as the T1000 in Terminator Genesis, but yeah, there is a T1000 NECA version of the T1000 from Terminator Genesis out, and it looks pretty good, but heaven help me, I can't actually remember the actor's name. It's an Asian guy. I really, it's gone off the top of my head now, but yeah. I did say that there is a couple other versions of the Ultimate released NECAs. There's also obviously a T800 Terminator 2 Arnold, which comes with, I think, 3 heads. He got battle damaged. He comes with like a shotgun and a Gatling gun, a couple other bits, and there's also a Sarah Connor as well. Sarah Connor, I'd probably say, doesn't look as good. I think when a character has like long hair, when it comes on a figure, it kind of is either a hit or a miss because it really looks plasticky. Whereas when a character's got short hair like this, it looks, you know, you can get away with it. But there is an option to have her hair tied back on one of the heads, so it really doesn't look as noticeable. But it's still, overall, it's a good figure. But the T1000 and the T800 are definitely superior, I think, when it comes to like the head sculpt and how it looks. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video review. If you'd like to see more Terminator videos in the future, then please let me know in the comment section below. We'll see how this one goes, whether I get around to making some more, because I would like to buy a few more of the NECA Terminator figures, and maybe even a couple of Hot Toys down the line, so you might see a few more video reviews from me. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day, take care of yourselves, and see you soon.